Hi guys, it's Lord Ryujin bringing you another YouTube video. I realize this is like my third today, but I just have really felt like talking today, and I've gotten the opportunity to do so I figured I would just make videos. So I get into a discussion a lot amongst colleagues as far as, if there's any particular game that I would like to see redone. And there's a slew of games that come up in this list. But I never feel like a game is worthy of a reboot, because you can always go the Kid Icarus route. Kid Icarus Uprising was a good example of a reboot kind of game. It came back after 25 years, but rather than address it as a reboot, they just said it's a sequel, and we're going to address why it took 25 years. It was brilliant, and that's something that should be done. So when I say reboot for this, I don't mean, directly reboot it. I mean, of course, reboot it if you feel like that's what needs to be done. But the game that I feel as though needs to have attention drawn on it again, because I remember when I played it, I thought, wow, this game is hard. And as I go back and I play it today, I still think that the game deserves to have that polish done to it. It deserves to be done again with dual sticks and just sort of be redone with better care using today's technology. If you want to make it a direct sequel, that is fine. If you want to make it a direct reboot like what Syndicate was, where it's something completely different, that's fine. I'll still buy it and I'll still support it. But to me, a reboot is something that needs to happen after a long period of time. I'm not talking about let's reboot, the series after we make 2 games kind of thing. Or let's remaster it even though we just came out with it last year. I'm not talking about that crap. I'm talking about a direct sequel, or if you want to just touch it up in high definition and re-release it as a dual-stick game, then yes. But the game that is usually always at the top of my list when I talk to colleagues about what games I think really needs to be sort of looked at, polished, rebooted, whatever you want to call it, is Jet Force Gemini. And this was something that I brought up, I believe, in my discussion about Rare. This is something that I hope that they do, because Rare has really gone downhill since the days of leaving Nintendo. I feel as though Microsoft hasn't really given them as much attention as they should. And Rare has a lot of good franchises to it, just the same as Sega does. I apologize for that. I needed to readjust for a minute. And while I would like to also see a good Banjo-Kazooie game done, I really also think that this is a series right here. This is the opportunity to turn it into a game series, into a trilogy or something, because I remember liking it on the N64, and I don't think it got any attention after that. Like Banjo-Kazooie got a sequel, and it got a Game Boy sequel, and it got a 360 sequel, and even Spyro kept getting sequels, but this game never did. And you're talking about a space shooter on the 64. A very, mature game when the time it came out. And if you just bump it up to where it's M-rated instead of T, and again, make it to where you can shoot manually using the right stick instead of using R and just the plain, then you have an opportunity to really make the game improved. Of course, keep the strafing in there. Of course, keep the weapon changing. Keep everything that made this game great. But just focus on, again, pinching up the controls and making it better. And that's all that I can ask for. Make sure that you guys leave your thoughts in the comments about what game you would like to see, whether it's a Rare property or otherwise, redone, polished up for today's modern age. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I will, as always, see you next time.